In August of 2009, over 500 Humboldt squid were washed up on the beaches near Tofino. It was totally bizarre. Some of them were dead, some of them were literally gasping for their last breaths of air. No one knew what was going on. What were they doing there? Why so many of them? And why were they washed up on the shore, dead or gasping for air? It was a squid mystery. Today, as part of the Pacific Rim Whale Festival, we had an educational talk at the Pacific Rim National Park Reserve, and we heard from Josie Osborne. She's a biologist in the area. Her talk was called Calamari and the Meaning of Life, and she was there to answer a few of our questions about this squid incident. I mean, the squids themselves, they're pretty cool animals. They've got these giant eyes on the side of their head. The creepy thing is that their eyes are actually quite human-like in shape and kind of how they look. They of course have the long tentacles, and on their tentacles they have those suckers, those suction cups. And the creepy thing is that they have these clawed tooth things on their suction cups that they use to lock onto their prey. So let's say you're an innocent fish swimming by, and then this huge squid comes with its torpedo head. It's coming towards you, then it spins around, locks open its suckers, and it's got this creepy beak that comes and sucks onto the fish, and then it starts eating it, and it's like a garburator or a food processor. It just takes that fish and turns it into mush right into its stomach, and their stomach is located what we would think to be the top of their head in that torpedo. Anyways, when Josie saw these squids, she got busy taking pictures, taking video. She got her knife out, started dissecting them, and started cutting open their stomach to see what was in there, what they had been eating. Maybe it could unlock some of the mystery. Then this biology student started reading the articles about these squid that had been washed up in Tofino. This biology student's from Ontario. Her name's Heather. And she emailed Josie and asked if she could help her with her research project. So Josie collected 20 squid and got them ready to ship to Ontario for Heather to study them. When Heather finally got them, and she started doing DNA barcoding on the contents of its stomach. She found all kinds of stuff like fish, even feathers, and unfortunately she found a lot of plastic in the stomachs of the squids. They're called nurdles. They're these little tiny plastic pebbles that are actually shipped all over the world and used to make anything that's plastic, like the bits and pieces in your car, water bottles, whatever. But it's not the plastic that killed them. So why were they washing up at the beach in Tofino? Heather and Josie know that they have 4 main predators: marlin, swordfish, sperm whale, and tuna. Now marlin and swordfish and sperm whale, they're not really found so much in our local waters, maybe way offshore, but tuna is, and unfortunately our tuna fishery is being fished quite heavily, so that means in our waters there's less tuna, and that means if there's less tuna, there's less things that are going to eat these squid, which means there's more squid. They call it fishing down the food chain. But still, even if there were so many of these squid, why are they dead or dying and freaking out our tourists on the beach? It wasn't a mass squid suicide. It was actually a harmful algae bloom, or what they used to call it, red tide. These blooms cause a toxin called saxitoxin, and this toxin basically acts as a paralyzer for all of your muscles in your body, including the muscles that you use to breathe. So in essence, when you're poisoned by these algae blooms, you suffocate and die. And that's what they think happened to the squid. Now some people thought, wow, calamari on the beach, and they took these squid home, cut up their muscles, and served them up. Josie herself, she cooked up and grilled these squid for 30 of her closest friends at Thanksgiving dinner. So were they in danger? Were they eating poisonous calamari? No, because the toxins remain in the organs of the squid, like the stomach and its liver, and it doesn't go into the muscle, which is the part that we eat. Which is a good thing, because the more people that know about local marine biology in our area, the better. So the next time 500 of a species wash up on the beaches in Tofino or Ucluelet, we'll know who to call. Well, that's what we learned today at the Wickaninnish Interpretive Center at the Pacific Rim National Park Reserve. Keep following the Pacific Rim Whale Festival on Facebook and at pacificrimwhalefestival.com. I'm a squid! I'm a squid!